Well, folks, I broke it. I guess now I gotta fix it. We've just been raining, having a good burn day up on the hill. I'd spent the past about 4 or 5 hours the past couple days cutting down some big cedar trees and cutting all the limbs off of them, pile them up, getting it burnt, get me a good flat spot to get the tractor up there, because a lot of the smaller trees I could just cut down, cut the tree up in 2 or 3 pieces and just stack it on top of the fire. That way I get a little bit better progress quicker. However, my fault, wasn't paying attention. I got my forks, I was pushing some brush into the fire towards the coals, and I didn't realize I pushed the lever down the wrong way and let off on the clutch, which I was only in first gear anyhow, but I didn't realize it'd gone into the dirt and hit a root. And show you what happened. I broke my nipples right here. Broke them slap off. This actually goes right there. We should have this. Busted both stinking sides. So now I gotta fix it. That'll go up in there. Gotta get the grinder out, clean that old weld up. It really looks like it just broke the old welds, or not old welds, but factory welds. That's what it looks like, just snapped that. But totally my fault. And these right here, it had actually stressed them and bent that. You can kind of see that where that paint's flaking right there. And I already took a sledgehammer and kind of got that sitting back right, so I get all that lined up. And so that's where we're at. 3:30. I was just rolling along real good too. It's a bummer, but I could kick my own ass for that. Buttocks. Sorry about that. But I'll get some tools out, do a little grinding, get the welder out, and get this thing off the tractor maybe and work on it so I can close these doors. It's starting, wind's kicking in here, getting a little chilly, even though I got the nice little fire going. All right, stay tuned. We'll be back in a little bit. Get some tools out, get some sparks flying, some lava flowing. Before we fix the tractor that I broke, I'm gonna show you real quick what I've been doing. Got the little fire going here. Pretty good fire. It's about 8 by 8. But was up in here past few days, cleared most of it by hand. Just come in here and cleaned all around the fire real good. Come around, and then back through here is what I cut it all down by hand. And then the golf cart over there is 150 feet away. So that's not bad. It took me about 8 hours. But what I was up against, I'll show you these boogery cedar trees. The ones up on this ridge, I guess, have been here the longest. But basically, they were like this one here, which you could see. They are limbs from top all the way to the bottom. And cut all them down by hand. Cut each limb, pile them up, burn them so I get the tractor up here. And then got over here. I'd cut down some of them smaller ones, piled them up on the forks, pulled it on over here, dumped it on the fire. And then some of it rolled back, and I got in right in here, right there. And I accidentally pushed the lever down when I went forward too far, and it got hung up in there and snapped it. That's what I get for not paying attention. But anyhow, we'll get on back down there and get that fixed. Unfortunately, I'm gonna lose the rest of the day, probably take a couple hours. So, but check out the view. It's getting there. It's not bad. It's getting there. Got a long way to go. and a long time to get there. Well, she's all bent up just a little bit. I don't have my little 5-pound hammer, 3-pound. Got it over on the job. But I do have the old spud wrench, old iron worker's tool. This is kind of a new one, but figure maybe I can put this in here. I don't know if you can see this little, goes like that, whoop-de-doop, should be flat. I'm gonna get it as straight as I can, flip it over and pound it a little bit with the big sledgehammer. But I have to grind, I'll just do what I can on it. See if we can twist this bottom a little bit, raise this up. Little leverage bar. Oh yeah. Straighten it up some. Over here, do a little more. Okay. A little better. Yeah. Heavy. Everything's heavy. I might be able to get a little more. Hi. Hi. I don't know. It's gonna have to do, I guess. Put this up a little bit. Wait. Yeah, right. That's gonna be all I'm gonna be able to do. Yeah. I'll shut it off for now. tag it. Get it back on there, right? All right, we'll got them little nipples tacked in place. Here's a mess. Need a haircut. We'll stick this on the tractor, make sure everything lines up, and then finish welding it up from the backside. All right, let's see if we can get it finished up. Fill a hole. Got my forks hung up and didn't realize it busted these nipples off. Well, we got it all back together. So we up in here. Everything's holding good. Of course, it's rained on it for another day, but I need to get some paint and put on that before it gets too much farther, just to kind of help with the rust. And it's rained and rained and rained. I started mucking it up in here, so I ended up just stopping with the clearing. And I'll let this dry out for a couple days, bring the rake up here, disc or something, and get this all patted back down. Probably just throw some grass seed up here. I won't get up here until it dries out some. So we made it back to there the day before yesterday, I think. Walk back here and show you. Got a long ways to go yet, but every little bit counts. So we got us a nice little swath opened up. Still had some good hot coals on the fire, so I just kind of brushed everything around the edges and threw them in the middle to let that burn down, and we'll get back to clearing some land next time we get a chance. Y'all have a good one.